Girl, let me tell you about Shayla. You know how we always say we're out here doing everything, raising the babies, paying the bills, holding the whole family together, but nobody's really holding us? Well, that's Shayla. She's 39, works in healthcare, single mom of two, one in middle school, one just starting high school. She's making good money, like 6 figures. Owns her home, got the cute car, does brunch, self-care Sundays, the whole thing. But here's the thing. Under all that, she was scared. She messaged me late one night and said, "Sis, I just buried my sister. She was only 34, no life insurance. We had to come up with everything for the funeral. And now her babies don't have anything." Wow. I just sat there looking at my phone like, oh my goodness. Then she said, "If I die today, it will be the same for my kids. And that thought is eating me alive." She found me on Instagram. She saw one of my reels where I said, "What happens to your babies if something happens to you?" She told me it felt like I was talking straight to her. So we hopped on a Zoom a few days later. She wasn't looking for a sales pitch. She needed some peace. I said, "Shayla, first of all, I got you. We're not just going to talk about dying. We're going to talk about building a plan for living." So we created a whole strategy using an IUL, an Indexed Universal Life, something she can afford that grows her money tax-free, protects her babies, and even gives her access to cash later. $500,000 in protection, living benefits in case she gets sick, money she can tap into later for college for the kids or retirement, and it only costs her $440 a month. She literally said, "Wait, you mean I can leave something behind and still live my life?" I said, "Exactly. It's not either or, it's both." And you know what? She cried. Not like a dramatic tear, but that real, I've been carrying this alone kind of cry. She signed up and now she says, "I'm not scared anymore. My kids are protected. And for the first time, I feel like I'm building something real." That's what this work is about. It's not just policies. It's not paperwork. It's peace. It's protection. It's breaking cycles for our daughters and our sons. Something to think about. Contact me today for a complimentary quote. I'm just going to review Shayla's illustration based on her story. She applied for a policy with a face value of $500,000, and her premium will be $440 per month. Her policy is accumulating cash from the policy year one. From year one, this is the cash value in her policy, $3,593. Now, in 20 years, so by year 50, when she's 59, so 21 years, she'll have $156,725 in her accumulated cash. Now, when you look at the surrender value, so the surrender value, if she were to surrender the policy, she somehow decided maybe to take out a different policy, or she has an annuity or something else, and she decides to surrender this policy, her surrender value, that is the money that the insurance company would pay out to her, would be $3,001. So that's not the objective here, really. The objective is to keep this policy going, so she'll have coverage for her family. She'll have living benefits that if in case anything happens to her, like terminal illness, chronic illness, an accident, where she'll need some cash to take care of her while she's living and not being able to work. during those trying times. Those are living benefits. Other living benefits are the option to borrow money from your policy. So as the cash is accumulating, you want to be able to take it off. You have different things happening in your children's lives. You need to help them with different things, with college. And this is an opportunity to use the money that has accumulated on the policy. So this is, a very conservative view of what the accumulated cash could look like as the years go by.